Hello everyone, Fox here, and what you're looking at is a download of a Google document for preliminary update 28 patch notes for State of Decay 2. This was brought to my attention by someone who wants to remain not anonymous, and I'm just going to go ahead and read them. If they change or if something is added to them, then we'll just read them again. But this is what we've got. Best patch notes I have right now, and I believe the person who wrote the patch notes is Undead Jawa, who is one of their developers, so he's writing it from his perspective. Environment. The sidewalks in Heartland have been nerfed. You should now be able to walk all over them. We added claim objects to a few sites in Trumbull Valley that were previously unclaimable. Gameplay changes. Heavy weapons now damage fences. If a car can do it, why not a human swinging a part of a car? Interesting. Human AI now only shoots at targets it can actually see, avoiding some fruitless shooting into walls and obstacles, which, could create some noise. We improved muzzle flashes to be more consistently attached to the muzzle of the ranged weapons. User interface changes. We now highlight the last vehicle you used on the map to make it easier to find your ride when you parked it in the middle of a vehicle graveyard. The badges on new radio commands now disappear immediately as you highlight them, and the game remembers which ones you've already cleared. We now pause the game when change map screen is open to prevent you from being eaten by zombies while planning your road trip. The weapon HUD is no longer visible when you are sitting in a vehicle, as it was prompting you to perform actions that you could not actually perform there. The swap weapon button on mouse and keyboard now works with the inventory panel open regardless of where your cursor is. We fixed a situation where you could accidentally delete a muzzle attachment. The message is now clearer when a facility action is disabled because of another ongoing action. We got rid of a weird green check mark next to the population listing for an enclave. Bases and facility changes. You can now upgrade a vehicle by interacting with the parking slot in person using an upgrade kit in your inventory. We replaced an accidental temporary icon that would appear when the Haven device was powered down. Mission changes. We removed a non-working developer item from the weapon seller's wares in Warlord Weapons for All mission. You now have the option to cancel Isby's Breaking the Code mission in Trumbull Valley, like you can with many other Homecoming missions. The Clean Slate mission with the Military Enclave no longer spawns infestations on top of other enclaves. Yeah, I've seen that happen before. Redecorating Providence Ridge section. We've given Providence Ridge a graphical overhaul, bringing it up to the new visual standards set by Trumbull Valley in the Homecoming update. The terrain has been repainted for a more natural look. The foliage and rocks have been swapped out with fancier foliage and rocks. The sky has been redone with all new outdoor lighting throughout the day and a creepy green tinged nightmare after dark. We've added new vista elements to the horizon to create gorgeous views you can take in from the many mountain overlooks across the map. So that's probably improvements to the skybox. In one of the episodes I mentioned that, hey, you can see like a city in the background. You can't go to it, but there's a city in the distance. Enclaves now feature lighting, not looting. Enclaves no longer sit around in the dark all night waiting for you to bring them the precious glow of your flashlight. They now string up lights of their own, creating little warm beacons of hope in I presume that word is darkness. Yeah, in the darkness. Your own outpost also lights up at night to give the impression that humans live and work in these places and that civilization has not entirely been dimmed by the apocalypse. Incidentally, you can no longer loot the containers at Enclave bases while the people are standing there. You'll have your turn if they leave. No! Zombie density map. We now shade the map darker red in places with dense zombie populations and lighter gray in places where zombies have been cleared out. As you defeat zombies and clear infestations, you can actually see the impact your actions have on the map, and then watch zombies slowly trickle back after you leave. What? Let's read that a second time. As you defeat zombies and clear infestations, you can actually see the impact your actions have on the map, and then watch the zombies slowly trickle back after you leave. Interesting. We now also save the effects of your actions on zombie density. So when you come back to the game after a break, the swath you cut through on the map is still waiting there for you to admire. So this seems like that's why. It's because I missed the line. Okay, so the first line, that's the issue. We now shade the map darker red in places with dense zombie populations, the lighter gray in places where zombies have been cleared out. So I did, okay, so this is like a new mechanic. That actually sounds like a pretty significant change. Like, I derped out a little bit there because I was like, what am I reading? Like, that seems crazy. I think that sounds like a really awesome idea because it really stinks if you wipe out a ton of zombies because you want to loot the area, and it's just kind of like zombies are just like repopulating, like they're just springing out of nowhere. So that sounds like a really awesome change. Shots no longer in the dark. One of our least earned achievements is aptly named Shots in the Dark that require you to collect all 6 Echo Lab weapons on a single run through Heartland. The reason this achievement is so rare is because the loot system makes it very unlikely that all 6 weapons even appear in a single run. That wasn't how we meant it to work, but it's what we shipped. Now armed with the new Discoveries feature from the Homecoming update, we were able to go back in and create a little scavenger hunt across the map, which guarantees that all 6 weapons now appear every single time. We look forward to more than 0.31% of you finally being able to get this one. Yeah, so what he's talking about is, if you play in Heartland, there are 6 special weapons. They're known as the Echo weapons. And they're all permanently silenced, including some very interesting ones, like a permanently silenced shotgun and a permanently silenced revolver, the shotgun is one of a kind. There's no other shotgun with a silencer. And the revolver is 2 of a kind. There's only one other revolver, the OSS Silent Night. And the one in Heartland is way better than the OSS Silent Night because it has cheaper bullets, 22 caliber, and it has a scope, whereas OSS Silent Night uses 45 caliber bullets and doesn't have a scope. So it's really neat. So now you're going to be able to more reliably find these weapons. You will still need 2 accounts or the help of another player to transfer the items out of Heartland. But now you're going to be able to more easily get them. And of course, yes, you'll now be able to get this achievement, though it'll certainly probably take some effort to loot all of the weapons. Anyways, let me know what you think down in the comment section. Early patch notes for update 28. That seems like it's pretty full to me. Maybe there'll be some changes. Maybe there won't be. I feel like we can trust it. It does come from the Undead Labs official Discord from an official developer, so I don't see why we can't trust it. But, we'll see. If it's different, I'll tell you. I'll reread the patch notes when they officially come out. Anyways, let me know what you think down in the comments section. What do you think about this idea of zombie density? Killing zombies reduces the density, so you could... It sounds like you're going to be able to make areas safer so that you can do operations in them. Let me know what you think about that down in the comments section. Like the video if it was informative. Subscribe for future State of Decay 2 content. And of course, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.